You do what works for you. If you're able to do whatever it is you're doing and you're not making mistakes, then I stay out of it. But remember, on the quiz or a test, just like my im3 students, I tell them, just write a little more, because human mistakes do happen, and at least if you have the support, I can get you partial credit. But if you just like, oh, I did it in my head, yeah, but if you make a minor mistake, then I have to harshly dock you points, okay? So look, for number 11, you're adding and subtracting. So find your sum or difference. Okay, so if you're adding, it is really, really easy. You guys do great at it. Very rarely do you ever make mistakes. Okay, so if I do the horizontal format, right, so you have parentheses, x squared minus 4x plus 3 plus 3x squared minus 3x minus 5. Some of you wouldn't even rewrite it. You're like, I get it. Like, I could just cross out from there. So now you're going to combine your like terms. So x squared, 3x squared, this is really a 1. So this is 4x squared. You do not alter or mess with the exponent. You do that when you multiply and divide. We're adding and subtracting, so do not alter that. It's not to the fourth, okay? Next, minus 4x minus 3x is minus 7x. And remember, you guys have access to a calculator. Don't mess it up. Grab a calculator. What's minus 4 minus 3? Type it in. Verify it. Why lose a point? And then 3 and negative 5. Again, what's 3 minus 5? Negative 2. And just do that. How are you? Okay, so there's that. If you want to do the vertical format, you could rewrite the problem. And you can stack. So that's 3x squared. This is an x squared. Minus 3x, so I'm going to line it up underneath, constant, and you can just go ahead and add downward. 4x squared minus 7x minus 2, right? And then I have some students that like to they underline, and so then they'll go 4x squared, and then I have kids that will box, and they'll get minus 7x, and then I'll have kids that'll triangle minus 2. If you do that, I can read it. So whatever it is you write, I've seen it before. That's very much a middle school kind of thing that they box, triangle, and because your teacher color coded. That's fine by me, because then I could tell oh, they understood the term. They just made an arithmetic error. So fair, do what works. Okay. All right. Next one. So look, the adding ones are 11. 15 you add, here you add, and add, because this is sum. So you add. Okay, the other ones you're going to have subtraction in them. You might have adding too, like this is add, but this is going to be subtract. Okay, subtraction. You just need to make sure you distribute that negative. Oh yeah, it's really right here, right? You're going to subtract. Actually it's the other way. You're going to subtract this from that. So hold on. Okay, that's ugly. This minus this. Let me make sure I wrote it right. Minus. Yeah, okay. So if I was to write it right, because you're subtracting this, you're subtracting $3 from $5, right? That's so that you would that makes sense with $2. Okay. Look, if you guys have the subtraction, you need to distribute. So here's what I mean. Okay, you have this, which is a -1. So you need to distribute that -1 to the polynomial that follows it. Only the one that follows it within the grouping symbol, okay? So if you want to do the horizontal method, I can just rewrite, and I go minus 3r squared minus 5r plus 1. So it would change negative, negative, positive. It just switches a sign, right? That's it, okay? So now I get 8r squared minus 3 is 5r squared. -12, -5, -17r, 4 plus 1, 5. And then if you guys are, say you're stacking, say you want to stack, let me write the original problem. If you want to stack right underneath and you know, oh, it's negative 3r squared minus 5r plus 1. I mean, nothing's wrong with you guys just taking it and stacking it right underneath the other one. You know what I mean? And then from there, this is 5, negative 17 plus 5. So just find what works for you. Okay, I'll stop it. I'll give you time. If you guys want me to do one later on, let me just let you guys get to that part. But remember, if there isn't a term to combine with, don't force it. Like here on number 16, there is no w cubed, so you wouldn't force the 5w cubed. If it's a loner term and there isn't one to combine, don't force it, okay? All right.